All right, guys, I'm going to give it about another 30 seconds. If nobody pops on, then we won't do a live this evening. Do, 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 do. Anybody gonna come on? This is the last chance here. Alright, we've hit 3 minutes. I usually don't like to stay much longer than 3 minutes. I was hoping somebody would pop on for our midweek live. But it don't look like it's gonna happen. So, we're gonna hop off. Oh, somebody's on here. I waited 3 minutes. Whoever's on here, will you leave a comment? And let me know who's here. I was on for 3 minutes. I was getting ready to pop off because nobody showed up. Tell me who you are. Okay. Well, Karen, I don't think anybody's going to show up but you. And so I probably won't do it live if nobody shows up. I don't know if you can hear me or not. That is exciting. That's super exciting. Yeah, I am. I need to go ahead and order my seeds, but my mother-in-law needed my seed catalogs. And so I've got to... Well, I guess I could get on the website and go ahead and order the seeds. Hold on, I'll message you if I can. Can I type? Oh no. Well, Karen, it's just me and you. Nobody's here, and I can't leave a comment. Hey. Alright, Family Trails is here, so it's not as awkward. I've been on here for 3 minutes without nobody, and then Karen popped on, but she's at work and she can't talk. And so she don't know what I'm saying. I was getting ready to hop off. How are you doing? I'm up past my bedtime. Oh no. See, I've been trying to do these lives at 8 o'clock because I feel like it's easier for people. But these midweek lives, I don't know if I'm going to continue to do them. Because they don't do as well as the weekend lives. But I did want to try. Because the weekend lives did. Is it snowing? See, our snow is gone. It heated all the way up to 50 something. It was so nice. And then, melted all the snow and then dropped back down. And so it's been running 30s. It's been running 30s and kind of high 30s. And maybe sprinkling, spitting some snow and rain. We ain't went without rain. And it's just kind of been snowy and rainy. Lucky. I don't know. What's the temperature? I think it was 49. Was it 49? I did a video on it, and I had short sleeve shirt on it. It was nice, and then the temperature dropped back down, and it's been nasty. The weather's been horrible, as far as just dreary, and we haven't had any. I think I seen on the news the other day that it's been so cloudy and rainy here that they said we had a whole total of 10 minutes of sunlight. The other day. 10 minutes of sunlight. 13 degrees Celsius. I can't even remember how to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius anymore. Yay! Yay, that'll be nice. That'll be super nice. He said me neither. I can't remember. They taught us that in school, but it's so, like, Celsius is, like, so not useful for us. It's not useful at all. And so converting to Celsius is something I do not use. It's like when you learn a language in high school, like French or something. Thank you. I've been loving yours too. That trout fishing looks fun. Um, but it's like learning a language in high school, like French or like Spanish, and then like you don't need it after you finish that class. You definitely don't need it after you graduate high school because you're not going to use it. And so that's Celsius for us in the United States. They teach it to us, and then or like what's the other one? What do y'all measure in? I think you all measure different than us, right? Because we measure like inches and feet. What do you all measure? Is it inches, feet, and centimeters what we measure in? But you all do something different, right? It's not inches and feet. And like we do inches, feet, centimeters, and miles. The metric, yeah. The metric and okay, so we do standard, right? And you all do metric. That's what it is. I haven't had to use a metric. We use it all. I haven't had to measure in the metric through the metric system since middle school. I haven't had to use that. And so it's so weird. We're like the only ones. Like we're the only like the only. Why is America got to be so different than everybody? I almost feel like they make it harder on us. I almost feel like they make it completely harder on us, stubborn Americans. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like, except we're like, what is it? Like used to, I don't know about now. What do you all think of us now? Like, because used to, like, it's like other countries kind of looked up to America, but now I feel like we're going down the drain very quickly. And I don't know if other countries realize. Do you all realize that we're just, going down the drain and that nothing makes sense anymore? I feel like Canadians are pretty level-headed, but America is just off the chain right now. Okay, I see here. I see you just not wanting to say anything. That's okay. I'm just kidding. I'm serious though. I mean, you can ask anybody in America right now. We're struggling over here. It's like things want to change, but we are just so, you dodged a bullet right there. I see you trying to dodge bullets. It's like we are incapable of changing in a organic way. Why does everything have to be just so so hard? But it's like, I don't know. We used to be like the country that everybody looked up to, and I feel like now we're the country that nobody wants to be like. Oh no, I'm probably going to get in big trouble. I'm probably going to get in big trouble with that statement. Oh no. Definitely going to get in trouble for that. I live here though. So I feel like I'm allowed to make those statements. I'm allowed to say that we don't know what we're doing here. Y'all, we don't know what we're doing. That's okay. Which I don't know much about Canada, honestly. Or like, do you all have a president like we do? Andy's doing good. Rotten as always. He is thoroughly rotten. It's a good description of him. No, Prime Minister. Is that Is that like the British? Do the British? Okay, so yeah, you all are like, so, okay. Okay. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. Is we're going to have a history lesson, okay? Is the prime minister voted in, like how we vote in our president, or is it, like, passed down? I wish we could give him the boot. Yes to voted in, or yes to pass down? Because, like, the crown is passed down, right? Like, the Queen of England, like, it's passed down to her successors or whatever you call them. Voted and can have as many terms as... Huh. Okay, so, like, I guess you're aware, but in the United States, they have, like, 2 4-year terms, so they can serve 8 years. And then, of course, they're voted in. And then we have, what is it, House of Representatives, Senate, and then the president, I think, is 3 judicial branches. As you can tell, I'm not teaching U.S. history this year for Legan. Canadians know more about American politics than Canadian. Okay, well, I'm glad that, yeah. Because I am completely unaware of how you all run things over there. I think that we run things quite different than other countries. But that's interesting. I knew that I thought it was, but I didn't realize you're all like our reality TV. Is it just that is there not that much Canadian TV? I feel like I never see people from Canada on TV. Or if they are on TV, they're in America now. Like yes, lots. They must, like, I guess they play us on TV in Canada, correct? Like, our TV shows? Yes. I'm learning all kinds of new things. We're making this live about Canada. Because I know nothing. I know nothing about Canada. Hardly anything. We get all of your stuff. Ha ha ha. Well, see, we get all of China's stuff. So... we don't even have to make our own. We just get it from China. Oh, this is getting deep here. This is getting deep. Listen. Everyone gets all of their Chinese stuff. Ain't that awful, though? Why can't we produce things that are made in America? Why can we not do this? Why in Canada can they not produce the things that are made in Canada? Why can't we just make our own things? I'm perfectly okay with, like, trading with other countries, like actual good products, but China is, like, essentially the hub of making everything, and I don't understand why, because the products they send over here are junk. They're not even worth buying. Yeah, that's what it is. It's not, this stuff is so low quality and just trash. It's just trash. And I don't know if, I've never been to China, so I don't know if, like, actual Chinese products, like the things that they use inside their homes, are as trashy as the stuff they send over here. But it ain't no good. It ain't worth nothing. We were talking the other day on a live about having antiques. And, like, I use cast iron. I cook with cast iron. Most of the things in my home are made like antique, and like, well, I've got a bunch of antiques behind me. There's very few things that I like just go out of my way to purchase that are made in China. Most of the things that are in my house are vintage and old because I don't want to waste my money on crud, on things that ain't even worth spending my money on. And the worst thing about it is inflation in America has gotten so high, so you're having to pay more for the crud, for the trash that they were giving us beforehand. So it's craziness to me. I hate it. I hate the fact that that we used to be a lot more self-sufficient than we are now. Yeah. I think I had heard something here recently. I don't know how true it was, but used to, same here, I'd rather buy good quality used items. Absolutely, yeah. It seemed like here, and I don't know, somebody would be able to correct me on here or not, but from what I heard the other day, it's not been since I've been alive, but somebody said when Walmart started that their thing was American-made products. Has anybody else heard that? That when Walmart started, that they sold, mostly American-made products? It's hard to find, like going through Walmart, if you're looking specifically for things that are made in America, you can't find those things. Do you all have a Walmart in Canada? I'm figuring you probably do. But yeah, that's crazy to me that Walmart used to be like, all American made products, or mostly American made products, too many of them. Where we live in such a small area, small town, I'm trying to think of how many Walmarts. The town that we live in was the only Walmart for like multiple counties. Since in the last couple years they've built a few more Walmarts, but they're only just like they're just a few years old. So probably in the last 10 years, there's maybe like 4 Walmarts in like the vicinity of like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how many counties that would be. Maybe like 5 or 6 counties, maybe more than that. That they built, maybe like 4 Walmarts. But used to, there was like 2 Walmarts in like 6 counties. Because we're so small, we're just really, really small. And there's only like, besides the Dollar Generals, do you all have Dollar Generals? That's what we have too much of, is Dollar Generals. Here in Appalachia, they call them holler generals because they put them all up and down our hills and our hollers. so they're called holler generals. Actually, the other day, not very far from where the farm is. Listen, our farm is 15 minutes away from us. It's in a different dollar stores. They have all different names. Yeah. In our little town that our farm is on, it's 15 minutes away from us, but it's a different county. And so, we're crossing county line and going into a total different place. And there was just in the last few years they put in a grocery store, just a small grocery store. I guess, let me see, I'm trying to think, maybe like in the last 8 years, give or take. And then here recently, they put in a Dollar General right in the middle of a soybean field down from our farm. And I'm flabbergasted. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they feel the need for like Dollar Generals being on every corner. But I had heard that the man that owns the Dollar General said that he was going to do his best to put Walmart out of business. And so he like, sells his franchise to everybody so that he can have a Dollar General on every corner. And I tell you what, if that's his goal, he is working hard. He's a millionaire, I'd say. Dollar Tree is here everywhere. Dollar General stores closed down. We only have $1 tree. No, $2 trees in like $2 trees in like a 3-county combined, and then in 3 different counties we only have $2 trees. One of them is across from our Walmart in the town that we live in, and then the other one is close to the Walmart a couple counties over. And then, but Dollar General is the main one here. In just this little town, guys, we're just like a few thousand people. I think last time I checked, there's like 2,000 of us. There's not very many in this town, and the towns around us are much smaller. We counted at one time. Let me see. Let me see. 1, 2. There's like 3 or 4 Dollar Generals. Just Dollar Generals. That's not Dollar Trees. That's not Family Dollars. That is just the name Dollar General. Like 4 of them. In a town that has 2,000 people. And that's and we have a Dollar Tree. And we have a Family Dollar. And we have a Walmart. So, I don't know why Dollar General is just taking over this little mountainous town of ours, but they think that we need Dollar Generals. I don't know about them. That's an awful lot in just one little area. And it's funny because we have just as many banks. The joke always starts because our town used to be really small. Like I said, we've only got like 2,000 people, but that's a lot. That's a lot for us because that's much bigger than what it was 10 years ago. And so when they start building something, the joke always goes, are they building a Dollar General or are they building a bank? They act like there's only 2,000 of us, and I don't know how many banks we have. We have so many banks. And they're acting like, I don't know, we're floating in money over here, but we're really not. We're really not. I don't know anybody. Yeah, I don't know anybody that's just like a millionaire around here. We're all poor people. Well, I mean, how are they even keeping their doors open? How are they even keeping their doors open? I don't understand. But it's crazy to me, the amount of just Walmart or dollar stores and banks that we have in our area. It's crazy. We need more. I tell you what we need. If they're gonna keep adding stuff. Oh my gosh. It was amazing. The Dave's hot... You're speaking the truth, Kenzie. The Dave's hot sauce was amazing. Guys, hold on. Where's it at? Let me grab it. Y'all don't run off. Let me grab it because I want to show everybody. Oh, where's it at? Okay, guys, sorry. So... our friends from Canada, Family Trails, sent us this Dave's hot sauce. And you can get it online, because I've looked it up, because we will be getting more. As you can tell, we've used a little bit here. I made hot wings out of this. And it was fantastic. So, friends tell other friends when things are good. Dave's famous sauce, and it says chicken wing on it. So, y'all try this because it's really, really good. But, let me put this back in the freezer to get hot. Try it on eggs. I haven't tried it on eggs. I love hot sauce on eggs, though. Okay. I have to throw that in the fridge. The hot sauce was amazing. Don't get mad at us. The chips were good. The tater chips were good. But like we couldn't have you ever had like have you ever had salt and vinegar chips? We love hot sauce on eggs. Yeah, it's delicious. I eat an egg sandwich almost every single day. Um, the Lay's chips were really, really good, but if you've had like salt and vinegar chips and how they like turn your tongue and like almost get it numb, like you're in pain while you're eating them, that's what they did to us. The taste of them were really, really good, but it was like the more we eat them, the more our tongue was like, mmm. But it was good. The chips were really good. What else? Oh, I mean, we've eat all of it. All of it but the cookies. I put the cookies up in the pantry and forgot about them. So, we've had the maple syrup and the chips and the hot sauce. It was all really, really, really good. I appreciate it so much. It was fantastic. But I loved the hot sauce for sure, and I'm gonna try it on eggs. I'm gonna have to let you know how I like it on eggs. We liked it though. Really, I did a video. I don't know if you've seen it or not. I did a hot wing video. Excuse me. And I used that sauce. I did 2 in a different sauce just in case Lakin, or whatever, didn't want to try it, and but they ended up stealing the ones that had the sauce use in on them, and left me with our other sauce, which I tried your sauce though. It was good, and I like it was like, yeah, it's the hot wing video. I liked how it was like it was almost, it almost tasted, I don't know how to explain, like a ketchup base. Like a more ketchup-y base than like a vinegary base, which I liked. And Lakin and Andy, loved it as well. But yes, it was really, really good. And the ketchup chips were good. They were like salt and vinegar chips. Like we could only have a few, and then we had to sit them aside. We're tater chip eaters. I need to like find a healthier alternative for tater chips, but as of now we're tater chip eaters, and I haven't been able to find a more healthier alternative. I don't know what it is about potato chips, but we eat potato chips not all the time, but we love them. Like we'll have them every once in a while with like a sandwich, like a meal, but most part, like, potato chips is our snack. Yeah, we're just, I don't know. I've got my dehydrator now. I might try to make our own potato chips and see if we can be a little healthier about it than just eating the regular potato chips. His favorite's ketchup. Our favorite is the salt and vinegar. And Lakin likes, what is it called? Ooh, I can't think what it, barbecue something. Honey barbecue chips are her favorite. And there's another kind, the barbecue twist chips. Potato chips are great on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I like regular plain, like Lay's chips, like plain Lay's chips, or does it matter? Like wavy chips? I've never tried that. I like them on like like a sandwich. Like if I'm gonna have like a bologna sandwich, I like chips on it. I have never. That's interesting. Ain't it neat how like people do stuff? Ain't it different? Like people try stuff and then like, I'll tell you, I'm trying to think of, I had a friend when we were teenagers who ate pizza rolls in syrup, in maple syrup. And he said it was delicious. And I never did try it. But I'll tell you something that I do that my husband will not try, and it's not even that bad. Peanut butter and Swiss cheese. That's interesting. We eat like Swiss cheese with like apples. Which I think is pretty common. It's not really anything unusual. He said, what? He would eat maple syrup and pizza rolls together, and I never did try it. But what I like is mustard, like regular yellow mustard on Swiss cheese, he said, on, what I'm trying to, I can't even remember what I'm saying, on sausage sandwiches, like breakfast sausage with mustard on it, or like with a hamburger bun, or like on a biscuit. And oh, it's so good. It makes it a little more spicy. It's probably not that unusual, but I thought it was crazy when I seen it. The cheese brings out the nutty flavor of peanut butter. That's interesting. He said, I'm hungry. Ain't you? You said it was past your bedtime. He's laying in bed right now getting hungry. Probably. He might not be in bed. Oh, goodness. So this is like the worst time to eat, right before bed. Except that's when we eat. We're always so busy that we eat way late. We had baked ziti for supper though, and garlic bread. I didn't make no sides, but baked ziti and garlic bread, and it was good. It was actually I was out of ziti, and usually I do penne noodles instead of ziti because something about the ziti is just, I don't know. They're an alright noodle, but they're not my favorite, so I usually do penne noodles. I was at penne noodles, so I had to do shells. I've got like all kinds of other noodles in there in the pantry, but didn't have what I needed. So, and I'm not going to the store. I'm not sending him out to the store. So we had baked shell pasta and garlic bread, and it was good. And it's one of our favorites. I make a big pan. I don't know, like a 9x12 dish, and there's only 3 of us, and it's very rare when we ever have leftovers. And we load it down in cheese. It's so cheesy. We got together with a crew on the weekend and made a big stew with a deer. That sounds good. I've never had, well, no, I take that back. I've never sat down and had a deer roast meal. Now, one time somebody gave me a piece of roast off of a deer, and it was good. That sounds really, really good. Yeah, that's, We had a beef roast the other day. But a deer roast sounds good. Does the deer roast taste? Well, I mean, maybe not. I was gonna ask if the deer roast tastes like a chuck roast. And slow cook it. Yeah, that sounds great. I made my beef roast in the crock pot. I find I don't know, I like it better in the crock pot. Yeah, that sounds good. What I usually do is I take the roast, sear it on all sides, season it really, really well with, all the stuff, and then put it in the crock pot. And I think I did a short of it, and then I do carrots and mashed potatoes and do some brown gravy over it, and it's really, really good. Usually, you can put carrots put carrots in the, in the crock pot with the roast and put potatoes in it, but I didn't do it that way that time. I just had canned carrots in here. I didn't have any whole carrots, and so I didn't throw them in. Here's the thing, y'all. This is Appalachia, and we don't starve. We do not go hungry. We can take even the smallest pitiful looking meal, and we eating good. We are not gonna starve around here for nothing. And it's just, that's what it is. We do not go hungry. It's funny because it's funny to me that I make cooking videos, because I've talked about it before, but hello, how are you? When me and Andy got together, I did not know how to cook. And it's funny to me that now I do cooking videos and I show other people how to cook. Sorry, my nose is running. I show other people how to cook, and my food, like, my food actually looks good. I'm not gonna lie to you all, though. I did burn the garlic bread today. I burnt the bottom of it. I got distracted. I thought I had more time. And it's been a while since I've burnt a meal. It's kind of funny, though, that, like, for thousands of people, I put videos out showing people the food that we make and how we cook it, and I mean, me and Andy have been together, I think, 10 years. We've been married for 8, and he has eaten a whole lot of flavorless, burnt, undercooked, overcooked meals. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. It's funny, though. It's funny to me. But I love food. And we got to eat to survive. And so it might have took a few years, but I learned how to cook. I love garlic bread when we make it. Marshall eats most of it. Oh, yeah. I like bread in general. I like anything that's carbs. I'm a carb girl. Pastas, bread, all of that. I burn one meal, and now my Shih Tzu is terrified that I will set off the smoke alarm every time I set the oven. Listen, guys, this is a horrible thing to admit. Our smoke alarm, our smoke detector, the one that's up here in the living room, is dead. And has been dead for years. Has been dead for years. Which, we have a gas stove, and so we have, like, one of those detectors for, like, gas, like carbon monoxide. But it's been dead for years, and it's because I kept setting it off. And so it hasn't had a battery in it, I don't know, for a while. Because it just kept getting set off. So, there's that. So don't feel bad. I used to burn so many meals that the fire detector's battery died. And it's so bad we just didn't put my place in poor Andy. Listen, he ain't starved. I came in your live because my dog got triggered on the other live I was on. Her smoke detector apparently needed batteries and was beeping. And the dog on my left. Oh, goodness. Well, you ain't got to worry about that around here because our smoke detectors are dead. Oh, I can't breathe. Oh, goodness. Oh, oh, shooey. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't. It's funny. It's funny, y'all, because now I'm. Y'all better be careful about watching my cooking videos. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, goodness. I've got a little dog too. He's not a Shih Tzu, but he doesn't like the smoke detectors either. He goes nuts. And he's a yappy dog. Those little Shih Tzus and stuff are yappy dogs, and so is he. He's a Bower Terrier, but he's like a Yorkie, and so he's a yappy dog. Oh, goodness. Ooh. Your dog barks at airplanes. Koa barks at airplanes. Our guard dog does, and birds flying over. I love the name Gunner. I've got, if we ever, guys, don't count on us ever having another baby, but my that's on my name of list that I have for children that I'm never gonna have, probably. Gunner is one of the names. My grandfather's name, my great grandfather's name was Gunther, and so that I love the name Gunner, and I have that on my baby name list. You know how women do. Was it really? So would you just name your dog that instead? Instead of, that's funny. I like the name Gunner. My Andy used to work for a company that was in America, but it was from like it had Canadian owners. That's neat. I like the name Marshall. That's something I would have never thought of, but I really like the name Marshall. I think that's a unique name. I like unique names anyways. I like old names, and to me Marshall sounds like an older older name, or like a, what do you call it, like an antique vintage name. Is Marshall is Marshall like a unique name in your area? Or is that pretty common? Yeah, I like it. I think that it sounds very, I don't know, it sounds vintage. I like a name, like these cutesy names that people are naming their kids. That like once they get older, they don't even, I don't know. And everything ends with a, today is my girlfriend's birthday, so I'm thinking of throwing a big party, and right before she's about to cut the birthday cake, I will break up. I'm not going to respond to that, because that's, yeah, okay. Yeah, totally. Um, I'm trying to see, there's a story behind Lakin's name, and, and I probably tell people that don't even want to hear it, but when me and Andy had, yeah, moving on. When me and Andy had, when we were pregnant, I had the name Capri picked out for years. I've literally had the name Capri picked out since I was like 13 years old. CAPRI. And there was a song that came out, I think in like 2013, or I don't know. It was that song. Who's that? Colby Calais, I think is her name. The girl that sang that bubbly song or whatever. On that CD, there was a song called Capri, and it was CAPRI. And so I had that name picked out for years and years and years and years. And Andy went with it for a while, and then all of a sudden he decided he didn't want that name, and he got on the internet and started looking up names, and he looked up Lakin. And there's so many different ways to spell Lakin. I've seen it like in a bunch of different ways. I've seen it Lakin. How else have I seen it? Laken, Lakyn. And so there's a million different ways to spell it. Well, when he brought it up, I was like, no, we're naming her Capri. I've had that name picked out forever. Well, one day he caught me and he kept saying, I don't like the name Capri. I don't like the name Capri. We need to name her something different. How about Lakin? I was like, no, I don't like Lakin. And lo and behold, she ended up as Lakin. Which is, it's funny because I didn't like that name at first. And, but she gets called everything under the sun. And so we call her Lakey mostly. Lakey. And the other night we were playing Uno. We have like a family, almost every single night we play Uno, like a game of Uno as a family. And I called her Lake. And I don't usually call her Lake. But I did, and it's kind of neat because after we named her, my husband's mama, her uncle, she had an uncle, and she told me, she said I had an uncle, and his name, we called him Uncle Lake, and she was wondering that if his name was like, if it was actually Lakin. Or if it was just Lake, but either way, it's kind of neat because I feel like it's like, although we didn't know, she, somebody in the family might have had the name Lake, but I don't usually call her Lake. I call her Boo Boo and Sissy and mostly Lakey though. And sometimes though, when you call her Lakey, she's like, my name is Lakin. Which is really, it's funny. It's funny. She says that when she's sassy. Little Stitch. How did that name come about? This is always the situation. Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. I think names are important though, and I think a lot of people hop on bandwagons and hop on names, and then like when if your kid goes to public school, their name is going to be the same as everybody else's name. You're going to have like a million of their name. One good thing about it is Lakin, one, doesn't go to public school, and two, she is, out of all the girls that I was pregnant with, that I know, she was born in a boy year, and so most of the kids her age are boys in our area. Huh. We have insurance. I like the name Violet. I like the name Scarlet. But there was a girl while I was pregnant who named her little girl Scarlet. Which, he was dead set on Lakin. You've never seen her name before? I went to school with a girl named Lakin, and to be honest, the reason why I didn't want to name her Lakin is because that girl was just kind of, I don't know, didn't have a good reputation. It's just one of those things. But anyways, we named her that anyways. We spelled it different than the other girl, though. Lester, not so much. I don't really like the name Lester either. I know a man named Lester, though. Actually, Yeah, a man that goes to our church's name is Lester. Name do you have to? I love the name. I love the. Is your real name Arlo though? I love the name Arlo. Actually, it's on my baby list name as well, and it was on the dog list when we were gonna name Koa. I love the name Arlo. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, but there's a movie called Little Dinosaur. I think it's Little Dinosaur, and it's like about a dinosaur whose dad dies, and his name is Arlo, and I love it. Yeah, Arlo's cool. You'll have to look it up. Look up after we get off the live. Look up Little Dinosaur, or look up Arlo the dinosaur, or Arlo Little Dinosaur, or whatever. It's a really really good movie. Marshall will probably love it. If you think your name is hippie though, my sister's name is Sunny, and people legit have asked us. People have legit asked us if our parents were hippies. Because she was born in the 80s. Which is not really hippie era, but, yeah, she was, her name is Sunny. And so that is very hippie-ish, if I might say, which is really funny because she has the weird name, but the rest of us don't. My name is Kinsey. Very average name. But she has Arlo and Bob Dylan best friend. I didn't know that. Like Northwest and Blue Ivy. I know. I know. I like the name Ivy though. Hello, how are you? I like the name Ivy, which is weird, but I like the name Ivy for a middle name, or for a first name. On my name list, since we're talking about name lists, I like the name Ivy Jane is what I like. Blanket, yeah. There was one actor that named their kid Apple, I think. Yeah, that's neat, Arlo. I honestly, to be 100% with you, I have no clue who you're talking about, but, I know who Bob Dylan is. But that would be interesting to look up because I like folk music. That's a fact. Yeah, there was you're talking about Northwest and one of them Kardashian kids' name, I think his name is Chicago, too. Which is a mouthful. If I'm gonna have to yell at you, I don't want to have to say all those syllables. That's too much of a mouthful to have to say your whole entire name when you're in trouble. Your name needs to be easy. Your name needs to be easy. When my mama hollered at me, she made sure my name was very, very easy to say coming out of the mouth. All right, Arlo. Good evening. Have a good night. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Actress named her Apple Blythe. She didn't know it sounded like a tree disease. It does. It does. It does sound like, yeah. Thanks for hanging out. You're the bomb.com. Yeah, I think names are very important, and I don't know why people just name their kids stuff without even thinking of the consequences of naming their child whatever they've named them. Yeah, you typed it, and I had no clue how to say it, so I just didn't say, or she typed it, and I didn't even know how to say it, so I just didn't even say it. It looked weird, and so I wasn't quite sure about it. Yeah, people, I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do to their children. It's it's a shame though. I also wanted to make sure that whatever we named our children, our child, the only child we have, I wanted to make sure that they had a nickname. And the reason why is because my sister's name, like I said, is Sunny, and she said, whatever you do, do not name your kids something that they're not going to be able to have a nickname for. Because she doesn't really have a nickname because her name is Sunny. Like you could do like Sun, or I don't know. Like usually if you're like with her name, I call her like Sunsaray, or like you got to add something to it, but you can't just like take her name and shorten it down to something smaller than like Sun. And who wants to be called Sun when you're a girl? I have another chicken name, Hold My Beer, because she does everything bad another chicken does. I have a chicken named Raven, who is the most, like, if a chicken could be fearless, she is it. Like how geese are like mean and fearless and go about like their own business and don't worry about nothing. That's her. Her name is Raven. She's black. She is black, very dark, and I think that is reminiscent of her personality because she is she's wild. Like other chickens will be like in one area and she'll be out like just wandering all by herself. Like a lot of chickens will stick together. But she doesn't do that. She's a free bird, for lack of a better term. She likes to do her own thing, and she don't worry about nobody else. And it's almost like she's not even part of the flock. She has her own like her own thing going on. I have no clue why either, because I have her mother there. You would think that she would be close to her mom, but she's not. Ain't it funny how chickens have just like such, sorry guys, I'm trying to get my house shoe on, how they have like personalities separate, like each one of them has a different personality. We have the one chicken, the one rooster, that if you watch the channel, I've showed him before, our big white rooster. His name is Colonel Sanders. His name used to be Easter, because he was real yellow after he was born. But he reminds you of a colonel and more, whatever colonels do. He just reminds you of a soldier. He's bigger than all the rest, and he struts around there like he owns the entire place. He firmly believes that he owns everything, that the land is his, and he is at all costs going to defend it. He's one of the very few chickens that wander like almost the entire property. He goes and he takes two of his girls. There's two of them that stick with him. And, what are their names? I don't know. I don't think, did we name the white one? I can't even remember. And then, what the white one's name is. But the other one's name is Topper. And those are his girls, and he runs with them. It's really, really funny to watch them. And they're really, really brave because they get out on the outskirts where the livestock guardian dog cannot go. Hopefully they don't get got. But it's very possible that they're going to get got by one of the neighborhood dogs because they go way out of the bounds of where the livestock guardian dog is. Speaking of that, guys, we are on, if you are local to us, I don't know how many people are in this area, but if you are in Kentucky, we are looking for another livestock guardian dog to add to the farm. And so if you, now, for the most part, I think everybody knows how I feel about Great Pyrenees. They're just not my favorite. So we're looking for Anatolian or Kangal, or Anatolian Kangal cross. We do not want anything that's crossed with Great Pyrenees. Because there's a million reasons why. But that's what we're looking for. So if you're in the area, I think most of you know the area, Kentucky, then we will be willing to travel probably a while to get a hold of a good livestock guardian dog. We've been on here for an hour and it doesn't even seem like it. It has been so fun. I don't even know what all we've talked about. Oh, the peanut butter and Swiss cheese. That just popped up. So how is everybody doing? How's the weather in your area? Somebody said, Miss Karen up here, she is in our area, and she said we're going to be getting back up to the 50s. And so I'm very interested in how everybody else is doing. We got in the close to the 50s, maybe around Monday. I did a video, and I was in a short sleeve shirt while I was doing it. It was raining on and off, but I was in a short sleeve shirt. And it was around 50. It was nice. I think it was like 49, somewhere in there, but it was nice. And then we dropped back down into the 30s, and that's where we've been staying. But somebody said that tomorrow we're supposed to be getting up to the 50s, and I'm super excited about it. It makes me yearn for springtime, although I know that really winter has just started. Winter here in our area starts around January and goes the entirety of February and then into March sometimes. But I want to get some seeds started, and I want to try to get my hands on some cabbage seeds and go ahead and plant cabbage or start cabbage now and plant it a little bit earlier than what we usually do. We're back well below freezing at night and 40s during the day. This will be for the next 2 months. Yeah. Had snow, rain for a week, going up towards 50. Yeah, you're close to us then in Indiana. Yeah, I don't, I hate it. Yeah, North Maryland. Oh, you're way you're in the cold area of the U.S. Yeah, we're definitely getting way below freezing at night. But being around the 40s and even closer to the 50s throughout the day has been super, super nice. And it just makes you it makes you want to get in the garden. It makes you want to do something. My only problem is that it has been raining so much that I want to get into the garden. I want to start fertilizing. I want to start getting seeds started, but it makes me nervous to get seeds started because we keep dropping down so low. And it seems like winter is lasting a little bit longer the last couple of years than it has in years before. And so I don't want to get the seeds started and then just get stuck, like in a pickle and just not be able to plant and put nothing out or, get frost or stuff on it. Which cabbage would do okay. And so I would like to start cabbage soon. But usually we start seeds around May for our, summer garden. And so I feel like if I started cabbage in March, we usually get 2 weeks of 70s in February. We usually use it to jumpstart lawn maintenance and pest control like grubs. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. The weather is so wonky now. It's like you don't know what to expect. You have no clue what to expect. Last year we planted the garden in the spring, but we planted it early. I can't even remember when we planted it, and I did a video on it, and I said, I think that we're going to be sticking around, the weather's going to be, and then we just had a random late frost, and a couple years before that, we had planted, and we had a frost in June, and it killed it. It turned everything to mush. I haven't checked our last frost. Do you all have I guess you've had a big problem. Yes, in June. Ain't that crazy? It was like early June. June 1st, I think. I can't remember how many years ago it was. Maybe 3 or 4. And we had we had put everything out because it was June. And it hit and even killed trees because trees have done bloomed. Like right now in my flower garden out in the front here, I have Easter lilies that have just popped up out of the ground, and the chances of them making it are probably slim to none. But I think it's where we had that day that we popped up close to the 50s, and now they're out here thinking it's spring and it's not. Yeah, it was insane because we it killed the trees. A lot of the trees didn't bud or nothing. I am always super motivated to get started in spring and no motivation the end of summer to plant for fall. I had the motivation at the end of summer to plant for fall, but nobody else had the motivation. And so that's how it ended for us. If you don't watch our channel regularly, though, our biggest garden that I can out of we share it. It's a 2-family garden. It's about a half acre or acre somewhere in there, in that range. And there's a bunch of us that tend to it, and everybody has to agree. Everybody has to agree on what to do. And I did a lot of the well, we weren't here for the end of summer. We weren't here for the end of August, because we went on vacation, and so we got ourselves in a pickle. But canning tomatoes will do that to you. Canning tomatoes will do that to you. I guess it's where I'm so recent to canning, where I've only canned for just a few years, though, that I'll be done. I'll have canned the tomatoes, and, like, my hands are, like, dry, and underneath my fingernails are red, and I'll be like, I don't want to do it, and then a week or so later, I'm like, let's do some more. I don't know why. Listen, I know what it is. Gardening and, like, canning are the the summertime is my favorite time of the year. And I am just so, like, gardening and canning makes me so happy. Like, I guess that's what it is. I guess that's why it's hard for me to get run down on it. I probably will after we've done it, after I've, canned for more than 3 years. But it's just so, it's my favorite. Like, that is the happiest time of year for me. That is Christmas to me. Last fall, I told my boss I never wanted to see another tomato. So he shipped me a bushel of tomatoes. Freezing tomatoes help. You can take a break, then go back. Yeah. Yeah, that's one good thing about it is a lot of things can be frozen. So if the garden becomes super overwhelming, then you can usually freeze stuff. And even stuff that you wouldn't, typically can. You can, or typically freeze, you can freeze it and make something else out of it. Like cucumbers or something, you could freeze those and maybe make cucumber relish or something. That is one thing about it. Although the summer garden is like my favorite and I absolutely love it, and I'm super motivated to preserve it, it's so hard to get through. Like, in my experience, what makes it hard to get through is like you don't have enough time to work through it. Which I don't work. I don't work full time. I'm a stay-at-home mama. So it's a little bit easier for me than maybe it would be for somebody working full time. My mother-in-law works full time, and it's harder for her to do it. And if I feel like I have no time to do it, I can imagine somebody working full time, it being easy. I like doing jams. This is my first year doing jams, and it started out really good. And then I canned some apples, and I was gonna do jam. You do work full time for yourself, yeah. I guess I do, but I can mitigate my time a little bit better than a lot of people. Yes, I do work. I, I'm not just a stay-at-home mom, I guess. I'm also a YouTuber and a farmer and a homeschool mom. But in the summertime, something that we do is we don't start homeschool until the garden season is over. I usually start homeschool in September. Sometimes even, like we started homeschool the second week of September this year. Well, not this year, 2023. And so, we're behind what the public school would be, but we work the schedule around. We work the schedule around it. But I tried to do apples, and for whatever reason, I used a different type of pectin. And I don't know if I just didn't it's the pectin instead of like the packs, like the Sure Gel packs. I use like the spoon in, and for whatever reason, it just didn't set up. And so I don't know if it was an error on my end or what. But I wanted some more apple jelly. I've got enough to make it through the winter and into spring, and probably even some extra in the summer. But I wanted to have enough to like give some away. But it didn't work out. I'm the only one in this house that likes applesauce. I would make applesauce. I could justify applesauce if two of us liked it or more of us ate it. But out of my mother-in-law and her household and my household, there's like two of us. Between her house and my house. I think she eats it sometimes. And then I eat it sometimes, but I don't eat it enough to justify making it for myself. And I don't know if her house would eat enough to justify making it. I know that Lakin doesn't like apples. Yeah, our rabbits some of our rabbits love apples. Do you find that like some of I have 3 rabbits that will eat absolutely anything. And then the other 3 are so picky. Like I gave them collard greens the other day, and they I have chicken, quail, and rabbits. The chickens will eat anything. That's a straight up fact. But for whatever reason, some of my rabbits are so picky. I have a few though that will, like devour bananas, strawberry, apple, greens, grass, carrots. What else have we tried? I don't know. Yeah. Mine, there's a few of them that I have in there that wouldn't dare touch a banana. You would think they would love bananas. There was only 2 of them out of 6 that would eat the banana. That was my first time trying banana. And it was the 2 that'll eat absolute everything. Strawberries, all of it. They love it all. I gave apples to the goats one time though, and they got severe diarrhea. That was not fun. I didn't give them that much, but I don't know. They couldn't handle it. Some of them did okay, but most of them did not. And so we had a poopy mess on our hands with the apples. Yeah, they do. They do. Although more of mine will eat carrots than they will banana or berries. The few of them that wouldn't eat the berries and the banana are the ones that will eat the carrot. Which I don't give them a whole bunch of carrot. I mostly give them carrot peels, actually. If I've got, you know, like I'm in the kitchen and I've peeled some carrots, then I'll give it to them. They will eat chicken. Yes. Yes, they will eat chicken. They'll eat anything. I've given them like lunch meat that's went bad, or like just has, you know, like a smell to it, and they'll eat it. Ham, bologna, chicken, hot dogs, anything. They will eat anything. I've never give my chicken something and then like turn their nose up to it like I'm not eating that. They'll eat anything. And it's funny because they turn that into food that we eat. I probably shouldn't be giving them old nasty old nasty meat because I'm turning around and eating it myself, but it tastes better in their egg than it does on my sandwich, on my bread. Yeah, chickens are, they are the definition of an omnivore. They don't care what it is. They will eat it. It's funny. I've got a video hopefully coming out soon. I haven't filmed it yet. But hopefully I'm going to do a video on chicken feed. I've got a company that has sent us a product that they want us to try out. And so hopefully I will do a video on that soon. So that'll be fun if you all are interested in that. I don't know when that will be. But hopefully it'll come out soon. Hopefully I can review their product. It's after all this rain is gone. If you've watched videos of our farm here recently, we were this deep in mud. All right, awesome. Thank you for popping in and hanging out. It was wonderful. You have a good night and God bless you. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we're down to 2 anyways. And so we've been on here for about an hour and 20 minutes here in just a second. So I guess it's a good time to pop off. I know it's getting late. What time is it? Yeah. My clock says it's 20 after 9. But I appreciate y'all watching and hanging out. We've had some funny conversations. Y'all have had me laughing. Sides hurting. Can't breathe. Per usual. But it's been wonderful hanging out. And I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. It's always a blessing to get to talk to y'all and hang out. Thank you. God bless you. But I appreciate it, and I hope that you all, like I said, have a wonderful evening. I hope y'all sleep well. Y'all get up in the morning rested and ready to go. But thank you all for hanging out and just being you all. Y'all are wonderful. But I appreciate it. We'll see you later. Bye.